I didn't really give a fuck. I didn't want to live past 20. My side of my stomach started hurting. I started peeing blood because I was drinking too much. I crashed my truck going 90 miles an hour. I was just doing a bunch of crazy shit, trying to end my own life, but not by my own hands, but just by my actions. Now there's a purpose, and purpose, you get it within, and if I didn't meet my dad within those years, I don't think this purpose would have been here. I don't want to be sad no more. I don't want to cry no more. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of just feeling like shit. It feels better when I lift everybody up, when we're all up. It went from trying to kill myself to now, like, I just want to train every day, and all I want to do is religiously train. The journey is just starting. Hey guys, I'm Caleb Salazar, fighting out of Los Angeles Muay Thai, fighting January 14th for Cali Promotions, ready to rock and roll. I'm from the city of Inglewood, born and raised over there. I come all the way down here to Montebello to come and train. But anyways, yeah, that's where I'm from, born and raised, West Side, let's go. I've been training here for the last, I think, 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, learned a lot from Crew Zarate and Coach David. Those are my head coaches, teach me everything I need to know around this magic world of Muay Thai. So I got started into fighting. Long story short, out of juvenile hall, my dad pretty much helped save my life by introducing me to Muay Thai. Since then, I was 18 years old and I'm 27 now. And I've been doing it since then. Nothing stopped me. It's a passion, it's a love that no one's ever gonna take. It's just something you're born with and you die with. I've been training here, yeah, for about 4 or 5 years, and I've learned a lot through these guys. Composure, keeping my passion, and just staying true to your own self and who you're gonna be. My relationship with my dad wasn't always too good. I didn't meet him until I was 13, 14. Same thing with my biological mom. I didn't meet her until I was 13, 14 years old. Everything was a big shock when I found out that wasn't what they said it was. But since then, my dad's always been there. He's always tried to comfort me in some way, somehow. There's been times where I slammed the door on that guy's face, and he would still just come by and try and make up for lost time. That wasn't really his fault. So I give a hats off to that guy, because he didn't have a father figure either. His dad died when he was 3 years old in a gang shooting. We're just trying to end like a legacy of violence, this is another way of showing that, I trusted my dad to bring me into Muay Thai. It changed my life because my dad, we're just like each other. Knuckleheads can't tell us shit. Yes, you say yes, I say no, whatever, so I really trusted him. He would go to court with me all the time, and he used to tell me, like, oh, son, don't trip. Like, if they try to take you in, like, I'm gonna grab the security and you just run. Based off of that relationship, it really opened a lot of doors for me without me even knowing. Just one person that at the time I didn't care about, I didn't love, I didn't know who he was. He was just another person to me. With what he had is what he gave. Because of that, like, I have a different life than I would have had. I do remember my mindset was just like, fuck it. Like, I didn't care if I graduated, or I didn't care if I did any of that shit. It was just like, fuck it, let me drink and let me chill, and that was my life. Those small opportunities that people can give you just by knowing them are life-changing, because I'm still here. I learned how to fight. I have like older guys like who are like 30, 40 years old telling me that I'm their favorite fighter from Inglewood, that they live in the same city. So it feels good. Like, people look up to me. This was a life-changing experience. It got me closer to my family. It got me closer to everybody. It opened me up out of my shell. I met a lot of great people, and this sport is like, it carries you on its back, especially when you're down. It just lifts you up and it carries you, and it's fucking awesome. People are here for the same reason, to get better, because they want more for themselves, or just because they believe in themselves, and that's why we're all here. Can't no one tell us different. The first fight I had was 3 months after training for Troy's promotion for the smoker fight. And then from there, I kind of got hooked up with WCK because of Troy still, and I kept fighting for them. They kept putting me back in. It was really fun. When I fought for my first belt, that was against Evan Bolton. He was 6'2". I ended up throwing him out of the ring. That was a fun fight. I had to defend that title. and I defended against the bully Esparza, and we duked it out, and we talk about it still. That shit was intense. So I remember we talk about it where we looked at each other and we both put our hands up like this and said, "Oh shit!" and we just started swinging them. So it was fun. Shout out to bully Esparza, and then I won that one. That shit was a dog fight. All of these fights, you learn a little more about yourself, and something's a little different every fight. You got to push yourself in a different way. It's like, okay, sometimes you got to be more of a dog, or sometimes you got to be like, oh shit, I need to chill. Like, this dude is smart too. It just depends, what the fight is, what you guys train for. That's why it comes to having a great coach, because they know exactly what adjustments to make, what you've been working on, and you just get the job done. It's just fun to go out there and show what you have and work for it. They're just belts. They're fun to have. Like, I guess they're fun to talk about, but they're not really anything, to be honest. The thing that I rather carry with me is just like the guys I have with me, I think it was like around last October. It was my last boxing fight, and then my twin brother passed away on December 29th. My relationship with my brother was, I would say, like any typical relationship you have with the brother, except that's just like, that's a part of you, It's a little deeper. I would think so. I would say, especially how mine and my brother's relationship was. It was, yeah, we'd go anywhere together. We'd do everything together. He was the only thing that I knew that was solid in my life since I was born, because I didn't know my dad. I didn't know my mom. I thought my grandma was my mom. I thought my uncles were my brothers, and the only person who wasn't a lie for my whole life was my twin brother. The relationship I had with him was way deeper and intense. But he was one of my biggest supporters. He believed in me. He never told me to stop. He had his daughter, and she just turned 2. And I remember him always telling me, like, hey, as soon as she gets old enough to start punching or something, we're gonna put her in there with you. And he was always there. He was one of my biggest supporters. We did a lot of crazy shit together. But we also did a lot of good stuff together. Anything I ever needed or anything he ever needed, it was just a call away. I was right over there when I called him, and I found out my brother was dead. And I was at the gym. I'm religiously over here, so that's what really stopped me and really slowed me down. Once he passed away, I didn't really have it in my heart to do anything at all. It wasn't on May. I was like, my side of my stomach started hurting. I started peeing blood because I was drinking too much. I just didn't want to live anymore. I crashed my truck going 90 miles an hour. I was just doing a bunch of crazy shit, trying to end my own life, but not by my own hands, but just by my actions. Some of the other fighters and some people were telling me that that's not gonna do anything for you or for him. And I really want my brother to go to heaven. So I feel like if I do something right in this life, then it'll make it easier for him to get to where he needs to go. So with the faith of that, just the faith of hoping him, seeing him one day again, and him saying thank you. That's it. So for this fight, it's been a long time coming to come back into fighting, to come back into press forward. It is a different anxiety. I'm still thinking about it, like not being able to see my brother there, but that's why I have him right here. I just look down and I see him. Yeah, I've been working way more intense than usual to bring the value up in myself. This fight has just really been trying to focus. I've just really been trying to focus, stay level-headed, really just like understanding what I'm doing here, I'm like trying to make a purpose out of what I'm doing, which is, I believe, is fighting. And I feel like with this purpose, like I can do something amazing with it. I feel I have it in my hand. And this fight, it's just a part of that purpose, I'm not even worried about the fight. I'm worried about the training. I'm worried about what I'm doing here, what I'm doing to myself, bettering myself. And that's just gonna show in the fight. It's just like the belts. It's just all for show. Everything I'm doing is in my brother's name. I won't let him die in vain. Like, I have to do something great. Like, I have to do a little bit more. I have to bring someone else's spirits up. I have to help somebody. I have to do something to make me feel good, so we all lift up. I don't want to be sad no more. I don't want to cry no more. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of just feeling like shit. I want to be happy. And my grandma said if I cry, then he'll suffer. And I can't cry no more, so but I gotta let it out some way. So here we are at the gym. I just don't give up. We fight, you know. We keep going. We find a way. We overcome, and we keep stepping. It feels a lot better doing something else that's productive. That now I come into here and these guys are like, oh, what's up, what's up? Like, you know, excited to see my fights, inspiring people to do something else. I talk to some of my friends still who are still stuck in that same mindset, and they just kind of like idle people who are in jail, like, oh, the homie, he's out there doing 7 years. I'm like, but for what? Anyways, I'd rather just knock out people out here and get away with it. It's a lot funner, and at the end, it's a lot more worth it, because no matter what, you get a different type of respect than actually doing dumb shit, or, you know, not really valuing the values that your parents installed in you to be who you are, like a good person. There was really no reason for any of that stuff. I was just like all of us, some of us in here, you know, angry, upset. I still am, and I'm still here. So there's really no difference. You know, it's just what you want to do with it. You know, you want to just sit down and not do shit, or you want to do something with what you have. You know? I think that we all rage a little differently because we have a certain type of passion and we don't know how to let it out. This is my way of letting it out. Shout out everyone from Inglewood, let's go. Westside, let's go. And all my family over here, 818 Boxing, Los Angeles Muay Thai. You know what I'm saying? Always have my back, appreciate it. All my friends and family, appreciate it. The journey is just starting.